Good evening. Welcome to the City Paris Planning Commission for August 18th. Can we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Jimenez,
Here.
Commissioner Lopez,
Here.
Commissioner Gomez,
Here.
Vice Chair Hammond,
Here.
Chair Shively.
Here. We can have a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Jimenez.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Item 5, we have recognition for former Planning Commissioner Alfonso Hernandez. He is,
Good evening, Chairman, members of the Planning Commission. Every time we have a planning commissioner who serves on our committee or the board, we would like to recognize them, just recognizing that, anytime you are a commissioner, you add a lot of value to the community, you bring feedback that help the community grow and have a better project. And so with that said, Alfonso Hernandez served with the city for 2 years. And as you know, this is not an easy job. Sometimes we have documents that are hundreds and thousands of pages long, and it takes time to look through these documents. And so just in recognition of all his effort and time in our committee and serving the city, we just want to recognize him. So today I have a plaque for Mr. Alfonso Hernandez. If you'd like to come up real quickly. The plaque just states that we want to appreciate and recognize him for his 2 years of service. And at this time, I just want to give him this plaque. And then at this time, he can just make some statements. And then if you would like to make some comments about his service the past 2 years as a commission, you can choose to do that.
Thank you, Kenneth. Yes, it's been 2 years. I probably have not been in there the last 16 months, I think. But in honesty, I've enjoyed my time on the commission. Enjoy working with all the commissioners, Jimenez, Shively, Hammond. You guys have been very helpful in terms of my, learning of the local kind of planning process. Also, along with the planning staff. Kenneth, you've been very helpful as well. Walk us through kind of, the process, take the time to meet with us. I know it was my first time going around learning the process, so I appreciate that. So once again, thank you. I appreciate it.
so Alfonso, I personally want to thank you very much for your time you served here, even though that you were a little picture on a monitor for a majority of it. It was a pleasure working with you. I hope you learned a lot from us, and as you move forward, I hope you continue to grow and prosper and do well.
Thank you.
Yes, I'll keep it under 2 hours. No, I'm good. No, I appreciate it. One thing in all the years I've been on it, I've always appreciated people stepping up to the plate and being willing to do something. Only you'll know and have that experience of being on the planning commission, because you can explain it, but until you actually sit on it and you understand, it's a knowledge that will keep for the rest of your life. And so you'll learn, once you see in the city of Paris how things operate, we appreciate the fact that you stepped up to the plate. And I really, really appreciate that, we have citizens and that we're willing to do. Despite all this talk about just sit and watch, you actually stepped up and wanted to do it. And we appreciate the time, and we know you're very talented, so you got a lot of years left. Don't retire early, but you got a lot of years left, and you're gonna be good in your career, and we just hope that myself, we've been able to be in some part of that and kind of help to at least broaden that horizon. So being able to say I was on the planning commission, learned about planning, so maybe I can add it to some of the things that you've done. but we appreciate it. And one other thing, all that food back there is yours, okay? So none of this slip out the door. We'll keep the door open, take it with you, okay? And our tradition, mostly before these guys came, we'll try to remember you beyond 2 weeks. Because I told someone once in the past, we'll give you 2 weeks and we're going to say, who's Hernandez? But that's just the way we are as a commission, and over the years I used to do that. And when I leave, they want me gone in 1 week, okay? But the idea is we appreciate it, and we appreciate the service. And being on Zoom is different. It's not good. Fortunately, you didn't stand up, right? You had to stay seated. You know that joke. But yeah, thanks a lot. Good luck in whatever endeavor, and keep us in mind. And you can still watch us. You can watch us, fool around, whatever we're going to do, but just keep us in mind as you go on. So I know you're going to be good at whatever you're doing. So thanks.
I want to say it was great coming on board with you, learning with you, and growing with you. I always appreciated your feedback whenever you asked about the electrical vehicles and solar and things like that. You put that in there, and I think you planted a seed where that's something that now we keep in mind, and that comes from you, so know that you did leave an impact here, and we hope you remember us, come back and visit, keep us updated on how things are going. But I know you're going to do great in whatever you do, but thank you.
Thanks.
I also want to say thank you for serving on the commission. I know although we didn't work together, but I just want to say thank you because I'm still pretty fresh to this, and I already see that it's no easy task. So my hat goes off to you for serving, and I wish you the best of luck in whatever you do in your future.
Likewise.
Yes, and I'd like to say that as well. Thank you for serving on the commission and for the city of Paris. Our residents, they see us and they know that we're going to do our best to make the best decisions, and you did that while you were here. And I heard your voice a few times when I would listen in, and it's always encouraging to see who's on here and where they come from and why they want to be here, because we're all residents from the same community, and our town is small enough where we still have that small town feel. So thank you so much for serving on that, and it's nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alfonso.
Real quickly, at this time, I just want to have a short little opportunity to take a picture with Alfonso Hernandez, just to recognize him as part of our history. So if you'd like to just step down, we'll just take a few pictures.
Mask on.
We don't have that type of budget. Yeah, that background is good. Or just let's do it over, take it back with the dais. The background.
I'm so full from that cake. Looks like you're still awake.
Thank you again, Alfonso. If we can go to item 6, consent calendar, planning commission meetings for August 4th, 2021. Is there any member of public who wishes to speak on this item? Is there anybody on Zoom, Ryan?
No.
Okay, we'll go ahead and close public comment and bring it to the commissioners for, is there any errors or omissions? No?
No, I didn't see any.
Okay. If there's an errors or omissions, if we can go ahead and have a motion for approval. And a motion from Commissioner Jimenez, a second from Vice Chair Hammond.
Commissioner Jimenez,
Yes?
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Gomez,
Yes, wasn't sure if I could.
Vice Chair Hammond,
Yes.
Chair Shively.
Yes.
With the vote of 5 yes, this motion passes.
We can move to item 7A, public hearing. Development Plan Review Meeting, Development Plan Review DPR 20-00013, and tentative parcel map 21-05153, TPM 37967, a proposal to consolidate 4 existing parcels into 3 lots to facilitate the construction and operation of 3 non-refrigerated industrial warehouses buildings totaling approximately 283,179 square feet on approximately 15.6 acres located on the southwest corner of Paris Boulevard and Morgan Street in the light industrial zone of the Paris Valley Commerce Center Pacific Plan. The applicant is Ken Rice and Patriot Development Partners. Do we have any ex parte communications?
Drove by the site.
Thank you.
Yes, I drive
Yeah.
by the site also.
Drove by the site, Commissioner Hammond.
Yes, I drove by the site as well.
I did not drive by the site, but I know the site very well. Okay, we can open the public hearing in presentations at this time.
Desire-
One moment, commissioners, while I share my screen. Oops. Yes, the project in question is a request by Patriot Development Partners to consolidate 4 existing parcels into 3 lots for to accommodate the development of 3 industrial warehouse buildings located at the southwest corner of Paris Boulevard and Morgan Street. The applications required are a development plan review 20-00013, required for the development of the 3 industrial buildings, and tentative parcel map 21-05153 to consolidate the 4 existing parcels into 3 lots, and a mitigated negative declaration to evaluate and mitigate potential environmental impacts resulting from the project to a level that is less than significant. The site is located within the light industrial zone of the Paris Valley Commerce Center specific plan and is completely surrounded by properties that also fall within the light industrial zone and are developed with industrial as well as some heavy commercial uses. The site is also located in the B1 APZ2 MARB IPA land use compatibility zone and is consistent with the restrictions of this zone, including the limit of 50 people per acre. It was determined that ALEC review is not required as there is no legislative action required in connection to this project. This is a street view approximately from the far northwest corner of the site, looking at the development, the adjacent development. This next view is from the corner of Paris Boulevard and Morgan Street, looking at the industrial development just to the northwest of the site. This view is the same corner, but looking in the opposite direction down Paris Boulevard from the corner of Morgan Street. And then this is the corner of Sinclair Street and Paris Boulevard, looking approximately northeast from that corner to the mostly mix of commercial and industrial uses across from the project site on Paris Boulevard. Getting into the site plan a little bit here, we've got 2 points of access, truck access from Morgan Street. They're both restricted to right-in, right-out only access. We also have 2 points of passenger vehicle access onto Paris Boulevard, also restricted to right-in, right-out access. Building 1 is proposed for a total of 144,705 square feet. Building 2, right on the corner of Paris and Morgan, is proposed to be 63,874 square feet. And building 3 at the southernmost portion of the site is proposed to be 74,600 square feet. Just a few things to note here. As stated before, we've got truck access from Morgan Street only, as Paris Boulevard is not a truck route. Having said that, there are some considerable constraints on the site because of largely due to the shape and narrow nature of the parcels, as well as the right-in, right-out access from both Morgan Street and Paris Boulevard, and the median that's currently existing in Paris Boulevard. Given that it was challenging to find a design for this particular project that would that would prevent the commingling of passenger and truck vehicles. But the project has been conditioned to put in control measures, one of those being pathways from all of the parking areas directly to the building, as well as some striping and possibly lighted signs. In addition to that, staff has also requested the removal of some parking spaces that are currently proposed within the truck courts for buildings 2 and 3, and just outside of the truck court for building 3, as there's actually a surplus of parking spaces beyond what is required for the site. Getting into that a little bit more, specifically building 2 will be short by about 4 parking spaces. But because staff has requested the removal of some additional parking spaces, overall, building 2 will be short by about 9 parking spaces, but we've put in or requested a required reciprocal access and parking agreement, as there is still a surplus of 12 parking spaces for the entire site beyond what is required. As you can see, all of the proposed buildings meet the requirements